All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And it's the brother Kwara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And real quick news update. I was sitting here at the job, and I work on computers or whatnot. So my free time, when I'm done with my work, I browse the web, check out the news, see what's going on. So that's the only reason, somewhat of a benefit to this job, being in a fucking cubicle all day. I get able to, stay updated on the news. But nevertheless, just searching, different news sites or whatnot, and I came across this, of course, that natural news, which the main site I like to use, but naturalnews.com. And it's another article backing up the article that the apostles, elders, brothers, myself, that we hit on last week. That article saying how eventually the CBDCs was going to be made to go under the skin, right? Which is that's a reality check for a lot of these camps, man. A lot of these unbelievers like that. Look, this thing is real. So anyway, like I said, I was scrolling on the news, and I seen another article backing up what we said last week. And the thing is, from here on out, we can expect to hear news as such, man. Hear news that line up right with prophecy. You see? Because why? We coming closer to that time to where these things must be fulfilled. So it ain't only going to be talks about a Fed now or, just the CBDCs or just digital currency. Eventually, they're going to have to let you know, as they doing now, that, look, this technology will have to go under your skin. In order for people to get by in a society that they're making everything digital, these 15-minute cities, you're going to have to be a part of the Internet of Things. You see, so this technology going to have to not be on you as far as a phone, a cell phone, a debit card, right? Apple Pay, so on and so forth. But this device, this technology going to have to be in you. You see? It's going to have to be in you in order, for you to function in society, man. You see? So I'll go ahead and read it. Like I said, I just, read a little bit of it before I came to record this message. So I'm reading, with y'all. So Lord willing, this lesson do be edifying. So we'll hop straight into it. So this was put out yesterday, and as you see, it's from naturalnews.com. It says central banks planning to introduce CBDC micro C-HIP implants. So it ain't just a CBDC or a digital currency. No, it's through an implant. You see what we've been prophesying about, man. It's that MOTB. It says, warns top economists. It says a well-known German economist has revealed that central banks around the world are planning to introduce CBDCs in the form of microchip implants under the skin, man. You see? Microchip implants under the skin. Right? And look, it's all on the news. Small as a grain of rice. That's another article right there. But it says this technology will enable complete government control over personal finances of its citizens. I was taught by a central banker. Now, this is what Richard Warner said, right? The economist. He said, I was taught by a central banker that the CBDCs look like a small grain of rice. What is that? That's what the apostles, the bishops, the elders, the brothers been prophesying about for all these years, man. This digital grain of rice. It ain't the picture of white Jesus. It ain't just sin, although it would be a sin to take this device, but it ain't sin itself. Like if you eat pork, you got the MOTB. No, it's not that, as these other camps teach. But now we in the time, as Habakkuk the 2nd chapter says, at the end, these prophecies are speaking, man. And how they speaking? Because now we could bring out proof. The Lord has given us tangible proof to back up the precepts. For example, as this, we have an article we reading to back up Revelation 13. It's speaking, man. So it says, this is what the economist said, Richard Warner. It says, I was taught by by a central banker that the CBDCs look like a small grain of rice that they will put under your skin, said Richard Warner in an interview with podcaster Evar Cummins. Warner is known for developing a now commonly used bank. Oh, come on, man. I got a phone call. Hold on. Okay, we still recording. So, like, I got a phone call. Let's see if we can finish it, though. So it says, Salakia. All right, here he is. And forgive me too, like I said, I'm at the job, so if I do get calls, at the job. So hopefully, we're able to finish it real quick. So let's try to finish it. Just a quick little news update, But it says CBDCs, in comparison to other form of digital currency used at present, it says demand that individuals open bank accounts directly with central banks such as the Federal Reserve. So it ain't just that you got a bank account with Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Regions, Chase Bank, right? Because look, they can give you laws and legislation to abide by in the world outside of their business. You see, they can give you that, but who can? The central bank, right? Because it's led by the government. And from there, the government can tell you certain laws to abide by, and if not, then they can affect your finances, man. If you don't, a regular bank can't do that. JP Morgan can't make government decisions, can't put laws for the land, but the government can through their central banks. That's the way it's going. You see, it says you have to think of CBDCs as a control system or a permanent system, not a currency, Warner said, adding that people's money would no longer be truly their own. And that's what Klaus Schwab was saying, the wealth, World Economic Forum, that people gonna own nothing and be happy, right? You ain't better have a savings no more, right? Your own property, your own land, all that's gonna be taken. Everything is gonna go to the CBDC, which gonna have to eventually go in your skin, and you ain't just gonna be going to work making your own money no more, man. Everybody gonna be forced to get by off of UBI, which is Universal Basic Income. You see? Just like that stimulus check when the lockdowns, the government had to give you money. People was dependent on the government to send that check. Well, the same thing. Something gonna happen in this economy. The lights go out. People gonna riot, whatever it may be, a false flag. But as I was saying, you ain't gonna be going out into the world no more and making money. No, the way people gonna get by is the government, and it's gonna be through that universal basic income, a digital stimulus check. You see, a digital stimulus check. That's why it says right here. Right. It says adding that people's money would no longer be truly their own. Because one, you get it from the government and it's not real. It's numbers on the digital device. You see? That can easily be erased. You don't have nothing to save. You don't have nothing to your own name that you own, man. So reading on, it says, you have to think of CBDCs as, we read that. Let's jump down. It says Warner considers implanted CBDCs a violation of human dignity, noting that central banks themselves know that this common opinion among the masses is a hurdle. It says they say there's a problem of trust because people suspect that governments and central banks are just trying to roll this out in order to monitor and control and restrict transactions. They're absolutely right. That's what's happening. Esau know he got a short time. He trying to put control in the earth. He want to be like the Most High and track everything, trace everything. Because remember, he a fugitive. And all this truth coming out about him, so he's trying to clamp down before it ball over, man. And shit hit the fan. You see? And I, got our Thursday live tomorrow. I wanted to kind of save it, until tomorrow, but it's all good. You got to start hitting this news while it's hot. Start hitting this news while it's hot, man. Or just to add on. Because that's why it's important to keep up with the stages or the steps of prophecy, man. Keep up with the rumors. Because rumors ain't just rumors. No, rumors are giving us the insight on how the actual event, the prophetic event, going to play out, man. That's why it's important to follow the rumors. Let me get a quick precept. We're going to finish this article. me get a quick precept though. This is Second Esdras 4:37, right? It's talking about the Most High. Second Esdras 4:37, it says, by measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times, and he doeth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So it said the Most High have things set for certain times. You see? And he don't go past that and do something else until that specific event be fulfilled. Well, that's the rumors. So as we hear these rumors, it's all a lead up to the actual event, man. So when the prophecy do be fulfilled, we don't be caught off guard because we was following it the whole time. You see, these other camps, they have a problem because we constantly update on the same thing, constantly talk about the same topics or the same prophecies. It's not that. It's we just in a loop of what's going on, man, and not missing anything. You see? But let's go back. Let's go back. So it says, where we was. All right, it says, Cummins noted that while implanted CBDCs may sound like a conspiracy theory to some, thousands of people have already agreed to have micro C-hips implanted under their skin to ease financial transactions and access to select areas. Late last year, the first British implant with a bank card microchip was able to make purchases with only a tap of the hand. So look how, come on, man. So it ain't that we gotta wait on the technology to come about. No, the technology already here. The system is already set up. And as we speak in the infrastructure for different banks, different financial institutions such as credit unions, you know, where you get loans from, and also businesses and healthcare places and government buildings, all are working, or they will eventually get on it, but a lot of them are right now on FedNow. And what's FedNow? To get this real-time payment system in order, and it's going to happen at the end of this month in July. And then once that happens, once the banks got the system in place, the financial institutions got the system in place, government buildings got the system in place, businesses, once they got this digital system in place, guess what? All we need is some type of collapse. All we need is some type of false flagging. And since the system in place with the businesses, guess what? Guess what's next? It's now going to be ready for the people. You see? And whatever false flag happened that's going to force these people to get it, so be it, man. But again, we in that time. You see? We in that time, right? That these things about to happen, man. And, you know, too, Salaki got people walking outside at my job, so I got to kind of be discreet on, you know, how I talk and where I talk at. Right? But let's finish. I'm going to try to wind it down, make it a little faster. But it says, meanwhile, several Christian commentators have indicated that if such technology becomes a requirement for access to goods and services, it will lead to the authoritarianism of biblical magnitude. And that's what the scriptures say. In order for you to get by in a society, let's get another precept. You're going to have to get this thing under your skin, man. So this is, you know, I say of biblical proportions, right? Right. The Bible's about to play itself out on earth in live time. Right? But this is Revelation 13, real quick, and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you don't want to get down with the society, guess what? You're going to either be physically killed. You know, he ain't just got to put a gun to your head, but he can starve you out. Because you ain't going to better get goods and services and healthcare, right, without bowing down. You see? Or you just being X'd out of society, which could lead to your death, man. You know? X'd out of society. Right? And it says, it's the point, though, verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to what? To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. So you ain't gonna better have free access in society, buy or sell, or get help unless you got this mark in you. And now we see, as these economists are now saying, that the CBDCs, the central bank and digital currencies that all countries are going to, The way it's going to come about is by being put under your skin via a digital device that's small like a grain of rice. What is this talking about, man? Revelation 13 and 16. That's the MOTB. And man, it's so clear. We here. We here. You see? We here. So let's go back to the article. And, we can finish it up. And I'll probably get Habakkuk too. But it says central banks will convince people to adopt CBDC microchip implants. It says, according to Warner, CBDCs will be brought in through phone-based apps during the initial phase. Hey, what's the phone-based app? FedNow. That's how it's starting. Because remember, they said FedNow, go be an alternate site or replacement for Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, right? So it's going to eventually or initially start by whatever app, so people don't get caught off guard, right? Gradualism. And this is likened unto putting that frog in a pot and boiling the water while he in there. That's all it is. Instead of boiling it and throwing the frog in, no, he gonna hop out. So how Esau gonna get these people? He gonna make it seem cool first, make it as an app first, right? Make it as a app with convenience first that's better than PayPal and Cash App. But then eventually it's going to take you down a rabbit hole to being put under your skin. So it says, why hasn't it been rolled out yet? It says there's no actual need for it. It says that need has to be created, and they're going to create some type of situation to put the world in chaos so they can bring this solution, man. Because all countries have a central bank or under a central bank. And each central bank are under the BIS, which is the Bank of International Settlements. And they trying to do this thing, have a unified ledger or a unicorn to have all these separate central banks with their own CBDCs. But each country, CBDCs go be under this one banner. Under one banner. You see? Under one banner, man. One world order, in other words, just like Revelation 13 and 10 say. It's a like if I'm talking fast, gotta hurry me get this in. But just like Revelation 3 and 10 say, not 13, but 3 and 10, that the hour of temptation is gonna come upon all the world. This is a worldwide event, man. But it says, he says central banks will likely use a carrot and a stick approach to convince people to adopt CBDCs under the skin, starting with creating economic crisis that will induce a demand for universal basic income, just like the CV-19. That was a crisis for people to get stimulus. That was a crisis for people to stay their ass in the house. Well, they saying we need another crisis, pretty much worse than that, so people could get down with this then. It says a UBI, a government program in which every adult citizens receive a set of money regularly. So this is the digital version of a stimulus check, man. It says the central banks will then claim that they need the CBDC chip implant to run the UBI efficiently. Man, come on now. So we see how this is going to play out. We clearly see how this is going to play out. Just like the stimulus. You was on lockdowns, people started suffering, they sent them stimulus. So this time it's going to be an even bigger event, like Bill Gates said, greater than CV-19, to put more fear into these people. And people are going to be begging for money. So Esau going to say, look, I got the money for you, but in order to get it, you can't download it on your phone. Can't get no debit card. You got to put it in you. You got to put this device in you in order to get your money. You know how many people go be willing to do that? Especially when they back against the wall, when they children ain't eating, when they don't know what to do, where to go, have no answers, they gonna put that shit in them, man. You see? Let's read it again. It says the central banks will then claim that they need the CBDC C-hip implant to run the UBI efficiently. Such, and Salaki, they cutting grass too. It says such CBDCs, Warner said, will permit the denial of access to goods. You see, it says in services in accordance with government mandates and compliances. So, oh man, it says such CBDCs, Warner said, will permit the denial of access to goods and services in accordance with the government compliance. So that's Revelation 13 and 16. You ain't gonna buy and sell unless you got this thing in you, man. It's so clear. It's so clear. I'm gonna wind it down because I got people walking out here too. So. But it says, he said, Warner thinks that the 19 CV19 demic, which gave an excuse for the enforcement of juice passports, was one crucial step toward the end goal of rolling out implanted CBDCs. So that was a trial run with the juice in the CV. It says former U.S. Secretary of Housing Catherine Austin Fitts appeared to back up Warner's point, as she previously mentioned that the measures enforced in the guise of CV laid the foundation for a global central banking machine and technocratic regulatory and economic model that permits far greater central control, man. Come on. It says Fitts said digital surveillance and social credit systems will enable the central bank controlled credit to be adjusted or turned off on an individual basis, man. So not only is it going to be the digital system that's going under your skin, it says, but what else? A credit system, right? They go rate you on how you are living as a citizen in their society. And if you ain't living right or agreeing with them or disagreeing with them, they can cut your money off or cut you off from society, man. Even if you got this thing in you. You see? So this is the video of Richard Warren. I ain't gonna play it, but let me see. I'm gonna play it. Boom, there it is. There it is. Let's end it off on Habakkuk. It's Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower. And that's what we doing now. Looking at this news, man. Seeing what the Lord got going in the earth. Right? What the Lord doing in the earth. What he got coming to pass. It says, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I reprove. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. Right? It says, for the vision is set for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak but not lie. So look, these visions that these prophets wrote of old, they are now happening in the end. And one of the main ones is this MOTB. And we seeing it speaking. Why? Because we can show clips, news clips on it. We can read news articles on it, man. And we see people actually in day-to-day life using these things, man. It says, at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And we got all the proof we need that this thing is coming, man. But with that, I'm going to end it. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Al Shah, Bashem, Chakodash, and with that, Shalom.